What's up, Jets fans? It's Christian from the Jets Report, and today I'm going to be previewing the highly anticipated Week 1 matchup versus the Carolina Panthers today. But before we get into that, I want to let you know you can follow me on Twitter at Jets_CP. I love seeing your guys' takes, and I love interacting with different Jets fans on Twitter, and I know Twitter is going to be rocking Week 1 against the Panthers. So if you want to give me a follow at Jets_CP, it'll really mean a lot, and let's get into the video. Now to start talking about the matchup, it is obvious that the NFL made this a Week 1 game for the marquee matchup because there are so many storylines and it's going to draw a lot of attention. The obvious storyline is Sam Darnold versus old team. Obviously, the Jets got rid of Darnold during the offseason, decided to start fresh, and they sent him to Carolina. So whatever happens in this first game, a lot of overreactions are going to happen. A lot of storylines are going to be created that might be a little outlandish, and all fans of both teams just have to be ready for that. Another storyline to talk about is Robbie Anderson versus old team. Obviously, I felt like the Jets, I was one of the people that felt like the Jets should have signed him before he signed with Carolina 2 off seasons ago. I really liked him as a player, and I know he was thriving in Carolina last year. So, it's going to be an interesting matchup. I know Robbie Anderson wanted to be back with the Jets, so, I was a little disappointed myself when that happened. And another storyline is Matt Rule versus Robert Sala. As many Jets fans know, Matt Rule was so close to being the Jets head coach right before they hired Adam Gase. They were just finalizing the process, and Christopher Johnson kind of just tried to take it into his own hands, kind of ruined the whole thing, and went with Adam Gase. And we all know how that went. Big mistake. And Matt Rule's been a very respectable coach with his time in Carolina, so that's going to be a very interesting storyline because I know so many Jets fans, including me, were so happy that we were going to get Matt Rule, and it just all went away. Another storyline to talk about is James Morgan joining the Panthers. Obviously, this move seems to be one of those moves where a team gets the other team's quarterback to try to basically dump their playbook and really help the defense. So that's just an interesting storyline. Obviously, it's a smaller one compared to the other ones, but still something to note. So moving on, I just want to discuss in this video different matchups on both sides of the ball and kind of preview what I expect the Jets to do and how I expect the Jets to line up against the Panthers. Now to start with the offense, obviously we all know who all the eyes are going to be on, and that is Zac Wilson. There's so much hype surrounding Zac Wilson deservedly. He had a great preseason. Obviously all the Jets fans are starting to fall in love with him. He showed some great potential in the preseason with some off-platform throws. He's had some solid training camp practices. He's been a little up and down, but I have so much confidence in him. I think he's the real deal. I think he shows a lot of poise, a lot of talent, a lot of control that you don't really see out of a rookie quarterback, and I can't wait to see what he does when the games actually count. But also, there's a ton of other new faces on offense. Just to start off with the skill positions, you got guys like Corey Davis, Keelan Cole, Elijah Moore, Tyler Kroft, Tevin Coleman. Then you also have guys like Elijah Vera Tucker, our other first-round pick. I mean, there's just going to be so much to watch. It's a totally new offense. We also have the totally new scheme with Mike LaFleur. Going to be so excited to watch. There's going to be a ton of pre-snap movement, something we never had with Adam Gase. And I feel like it's going to be refreshing for a lot of Jets fans to see that and very promising. So I'm looking so forward to the offense. I think this is going to be an offense that's going to put up points, and it's going to be one of the first Jets teams in a while where I feel like we rely on our offense more than our defense, and I feel like it's going to be a really cool experience for Jets fans. To talk about a little prediction for the offense, I think that the first touchdown of Zac Wilson's career is going to be to Tyler Kroft in a play-action pass in the red zone. I feel like Michael LaFleur loves the pre-snap movement, especially in the red zone, and he loves finding big bodies like tight ends. And I can tell Zac Wilson kind of has some trust in Tyler Kroft as a safety blanket guy, as we saw preseason Week 2 in Green Bay. And I really think it's going to be very similar against the Panthers. And just to talk about what I expect out of Zac Wilson, I'm not really putting any stat mandates on him. I just want to see him do his thing, go out there, look confident, show flashes of being a franchise quarterback, and prove to Jets fans that we could trust and have faith in Zac Wilson. I'm super excited to see what the future holds for him and this entire offense. Now to move on to the other side of the ball and talk about the defense. Obviously, there's a lot of good and a lot of bad with this defense. To start off with the biggest question mark, it's obviously corner. After the recent cut of Bless Austin, this cornerback group is even less experienced and even more younger. And obviously, that's very exciting in a way. And I know Robert Sala loves to roll with the young guys, but the Jets are going to really have some growing pains this year, especially dealing with receiving cores like Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and Terrence Marshall. all speedy guys who could really get open. And Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore have really proven that they could be top receivers in this league. Obviously, they're not like top 10 guys, but they're very solid and very respectable. Bryce Hall will obviously be starting on the outside, but the slot corner and the other outside corner position are going to be have not been announced yet, and are going to be big time question marks. Obviously, you have guys like Brandon Eccles in play, Javelin Guidry, maybe Michael Carter gets a start in the slot, and they move Guidry out to the outside. There's a lot of different things Robert Sala can do, but all I know is he's going to put the young guys out there and kind of throw them into the fire and see what they do. And I think it's going to be really interesting. It's definitely going to be our Achilles heel on Sunday. I'm expecting growing pains on Sunday and throughout the season. And Jets fans just have to realize we're not trying to win the Super Bowl this year. We're trying to get experience and put our foot in the right direction and really build a foundation. So if stuff doesn't go right early and it gets ugly, just know that the Jets have a plan, and I trust Robert Sala to develop these guys. And I think you're really going to see an improvement from Week 1 to Week 18. Now moving on to our strength of the defense, it's our defensive line. And the Panthers' offensive line sucks right now. They just lost another starter. They're starting a lot of backups, low-tier players. They have one of the worst offensive lines in the league, in my opinion. And I feel like our D-line's going to feast even without Carl Lawson. Quinnen Williams, Sheldon Rankins, Jonathan Franklin-Myers, Shaq Lawson. I feel like they're all going to have a good day. Bryce Huff. I feel like everyone's just going to be getting after the quarterback. The run lanes are going to be stuffed. Sam Darnold's going to be rushed to throw. And everyone knows, all the Jets fans know what happens when Sam Darnold's rushed and is under pressure. We saw it for 3 years. He makes terrible decisions. He looks like a little shell shock, and I think that's really going to benefit the Jets in a bunch of ways. One, creating turnovers and kind of changing momentum and stuff like that, but also it's going to make it easier on the corners because they're going to have less time to cover, and maybe Sam Darnold makes some poor throws, and I think it's really going to benefit them, and it definitely will make life easier for the corners who are going to have a hard day. And now moving on to another point, obviously it's guarding CMC, the Panthers' best player. This is going to be a huge task for the linebackers. Obviously, we have the veteran leader in C.J. Mosley, but we also have two very young guys in Najee and Sherwood. And man, they're going to have their work cut out for them in their first career game, covering one of the best running backs in the NFL. He's such a passing threat. I'm a little less worried about the rushing threat. Obviously, he's going to do his thing, and there's a good chance he has a good game, but I feel like we could contain him rushing-wise. But if Sam Darnold keeps dumping off to Christian McCaffrey, and we keep letting him get big chunk plays, that's where I feel like we could hurt as well. And I'm expecting CMC just to have a big game. I think even as a Jets fan, I know he's so good, he's so talented, and he's going to be so dangerous in the receiving game. So I feel like it's going to be a huge test for Sherwood and Najee. And, maybe they surprise some people. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section about the defense and this whole game in general. I know I'm super excited. I know Jets Nation is pumped up for this game. And as always, go Jets.